From the oldest capital city in the Americas, founded in 1325, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Mexico City. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Dallas Cowboys and the Mexico City Conquistadors. The children will groan. It's the final weekend of summer, but we've got the NFL, and we're underway on EA Sports.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Here we go. Watch this play. Trinity, use the mic. We don't want this.
Out of the shotgun, Breida. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. On second down, a run with Breida. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop it behind the line. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up third down. Jackson. He finds his target. It's Crowder. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 44-yard line.
That's good for Mexico City. First down. First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
On first down, here's Breida.
Come on, D.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up second and 5.
All right, Brad, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
38-yard line.
After the pickup of 5, here's second and 5.
Let's go, Heavy. Heavy, what you got? What you got, Heavy? What you got, Heavy?
Now Jackson.
Give me some. Here we go, here we go.
And I think the ball's out. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk-reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So, should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about any more.
The first down.
Now, that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable second and 1. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10. Second and 10. Here's Haskins again. He lets it fly for Lockett. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
He's got Lockett. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on third down. They did.
Big-time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone, because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets...
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 20, and a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
They'll start on the ground with Breida. They find some open field here. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down. Relatively small sample size, but that's his longest run of the first quarter. Bounced it out to the outside to make it successful.
And to get there, you actually need some help. It's not just your pure speed getting to the corner, making sure that the blocking is taken care of inside so the pursuit doesn't get you. And oftentimes, those wide receivers, tight ends that might be flexed out, they've got to control the edge and make sure no one from the outside can spill the play before he gets there.
So from the 36 now, first and 10. Here's the first carry for Austin Eckler. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6.
He's brought down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Six yards on that last play. Here's second and 4.
It's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long day. Alert flare, alert flare, flare, flare. Hey, alert 3, alert 3. Chef. Back. Check 31, check 31. Check, crunch. Crunch.
They go play action now. Jackson. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Curtis Samuel, the intended target, and it's third down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Now they face a third down and 4 after that incompletion on second down.
Watch the twist. Twist. 49, check 49.
On third down, a run from Breida.
Right.
They get the first. The decision to run on third and medium winds up being a good one. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
Dancing to his left. 20. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him the first down.
On that play, as you saw the route start to develop downfield, I got the sense that maybe the run would set up for him, and he took full advantage of it and got a big gain on a busted play.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on first and 10. They run with Breida, and he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
Cameron Jordan made the tackle. 1 yard gain. Brings up second and 9 at the 11-yard line.
This is Breida. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Matt Breida, his first touchdown here of the new campaign, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter.
In as many coaches' meetings as we sit in, we hear the word finish all the time, don't we? And on that play, the back actually finished getting into the end zone, breaking the last tackle. Tried to wrap up, tried to use the proper technique, just wasn't able to get it done.
Point after here coming up. It's up and good, and it'll give his guys a 7-0 lead.
Makes the score Conquistadors 7, Cowboys nothing.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Traquan Smith, the intended receiver. And now it's 3rd down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet.
55 is mine, guys.
Now Haskins, 3rd and long. And that will be incomplete. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, only thing larger than his name is wingspan as he knocks that one away.
Well, it certainly appears that they're going to try and keep getting him the football. It's the 3rd time they've looked in his direction. Unfortunately, haven't completed one yet, but I'm not sure they're going to shy away from him. They feel like they've got something there, and they want to capitalize on it.
I think you're right. We're only in the 1st quarter, so a lot of opportunities ahead. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot.
Touchdown! Matt Breida with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And his guys get the quick strike touchdown. And a pair of rushing touchdowns now for him in the 1st quarter.
And I'm liking what I'm seeing from his big guys up front because they're winning the leverage game. How many times we talk about low man wins, right? Move the defensive front aside, create those gaps and holes. He's found his way through them for 2 touchdowns.
And after both of those touchdowns, he went right up to that O-line and hit each of them on the helmet. He recognized it.
That's a smart man. You know what else he should do? If this continues, take them all to dinner.
Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 14-0.
Conquistadors 14, Cowboys nothing.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the 1st half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script play.
Haskins hit, and he lost the football. And with a flag down, he goes down. So they're able to sack him. Now the penalty looks like it could be holding. Let's find out. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. 14-0 to score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
14, Cowboys nothing.
Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen. Switch.
After the penalty, it's Mixon. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, Your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Tyler Lockett. And he does take it in for the touchdown, but a flag on the field, and I don't think this is going to stand.
Yeah, don't put the points on the board just yet.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty.
Check 37. Check 37.
From the gun, a give to Mixon. And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. Just a pickup of a yard there. That won't help too much. They're left with a 3rd and forever now.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. Throwing on 3rd and long. Haskins into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Julian Love picks it, and they're going to be set up in the red zone right around the 17-yard line. The struggles continue here offensively. Still nothing for them on the scoreboard, and now an interception.
Yeah, the offense looks extremely sluggish, not really in sync at all. Dare I say, it looks like it got left behind in customs.
Oh, you've had that in your back pocket. You were waiting for that.
Probably should have left it in my back pocket, too.
Well played. And he gets into the end zone for the touchdown. From 17 yards out. And his guys are going to add on to their lead. Extra point attempt here still to come. And it is now 21 to nothing.
Good. Makes the score Conquistadors 21. Cowboys nothing.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
And what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Now Haskins to throw on 2nd down. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 38. And it's a touchdown.
Touchdown, Mexico City.
That pick 6 extending this lead even further. And boy, it's been a while since I've seen a team struggle this badly in the first half.
I think all they want to do is get to the locker room, try and regroup, and come out to start the 3rd quarter. But if things don't improve fast then, I think the backups get a lot of play in the 2nd half.
Now the try here for the extra point. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now.
The score, Conquistadors 28, Cowboys nothing.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now Joe Mixon. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. The Cowboys on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
Single. Hatch it.
3rd down. Here's Haskins. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Julian Love picks it. And this results in 6. Touchdown.
I know a lot of people look at these games and think, all right, this thing's done. Let's have some sportsmanship. Let's not try and score. You should never do that in the NFL. I've seen big leads blown, and teams that looked like they had a victory, all of a sudden we're going home with a loss.
Extra point attempt to follow here. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
35. Cowboys nothing.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
Check 9.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Now it's Haskins. It's caught. Smith. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. The Cowboys on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Now Haskins to throw it. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 47. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line.
Going the other way.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10.
You ain't doing nothing.
Jackson from the shotgun. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Quan Alexander. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. That's now a 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatile. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 19. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it, but it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times. After the interception, here's Jackson. Going long here for Wallace. It got his man complete.
It's a gain of 33.
A very nice pickup of 33 yards. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this second week of the regular season. Now a first down run is going nowhere. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. A loss of 2. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Brings up 2nd and 12.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Hey, watch the slant, watch the slant.
They'll toss it to Breida. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Nice hit, boy. Wide, get wide.
Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. He wants it all for the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown. Curtis Samuel. His 3rd touchdown now on the year as his guys continue to pour it on. Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
Like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
At their own 25-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
We got 4.
Now Haskins on 1st down. It's caught. Lockett. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That one goes for 24 yards.
24-yard gain on the play.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Haskins. That is caught by the former Gator Antonio Callaway. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1.
24 is the mic. Watch the run. That's it. Check. Go. Check hot route. Hot. 36. 33.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon. It's a 6-yard run, leaves him with about a foot or so here still to go to hit the marker with 3rd down coming up. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the 2nd down play, they burned the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the 2nd quarter. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Hey, check. Slam.
Haskins on 3rd down. And that's caught by Smith. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown.
The kicker on
Traquan Smith in the final seconds of the first half, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Point after, right down the middle. And they get a bit of a respite here from what's been an otherwise dreadful first half of football. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
They'll take over. First down and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go for verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20.
At their own 18-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. They'll stay on the ground, mixing again. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
I'm coming after you.
Throwing now, Haskins on first down. And this will be broken up and incomplete. Now a penalty flag down, and they may be going backward here. They're backed up here with a first and 20 now after the holding penalty.
Here we go. Here we go.
From the gun, it's Haskins. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Throwing on second and long. Haskins. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Credit Julian Love with a pass breakup. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that, and thus far they've been successful.
Haskins will throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And now here is another interception. Julian Love picks it. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it, and that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Jackson on first down. That's going to be caught by Samuel. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Here's Jackson to throw. They'll set up a screen for Breida. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
For Mexico City, first down. First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
52's the mic, boys. 52. I got you. I got you. You're all mine. You're all mine. Go. Get this. You're all mine. My 52. All you get is a headache. All you get is a headache.
Now Jackson on first down. On the move to his left. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 16 yards, a first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop him.
Hey, Mike 52. Mike 52. Check Mike. Check Mike. Check 13. Check 13. Match ball. Under 10. 10. Check. Check.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
That's another Mexico City first down.
Running out of the gun here, Breida. And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
At the 17-yard line.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Eli Apple. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. I tell you what, credit is due there on them preventing the touchdown after that interception.
How about him chasing him down and not giving up the pick six? Because what happens a lot of the time is when you see the interception, you just kind of hang your head a little bit and you momentarily pause because you're frustrated.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off inside the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
First and 10 at their own 8-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you've got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah. Will they make up for it? They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. Jackson. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Now it's Lockett. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And the Cowboys are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10.
Ready? 55, Mike 55. Hey, eat. Let's make these babies cry all the way back.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Devin Bush coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Orbit. 58 to Mike, 58 to Mike. I don't think you got it, son.
From the gun, Haskins on third down. He's going to float this. It's caught at the 10. Touchdown, Cowboys. Antonio Callaway, his first touchdown of the new season, and the Cowboys are in for 6. Extra point right down the middle, and that will shave one more off this lead.
42, Cowboys 14.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
At their own 17-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? I mean, they score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team. That their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
And now a pass dumped off to his running back. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. Now Jackson. Open man is Samuel, complete. And he will be taken down, but a big pickup there on what's going to be the final play of the third quarter. Back now in Mexico City. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
No, check that. We got Mike 52 right here. Mike 52. Let's go, D. It's going to be a long day, offense. It's going to be a long day. Pick that.
They go play action now. Jackson. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. Derek Barnett able to maneuver in for the sack. Another try after the first down sack. Jackson, throw right side is going to be caught by Samuel. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Here's Jackson. Completes it to Samuel. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 26. Jackson and the offense come up 1st and 10. And he's hit on all 5 of his passing attempts on this drive so far. Escaping the pressure right. And out of bounds right around the 20. They'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
So many times we talk about having good eye discipline when you're playing defense, making sure your eyes are in the proper place on a given play. Looks like that discipline came to the front there, didn't it? They were able to hold him for a short gain when he...
Jackson hit, and he lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now 4th down.
I thought he did a pretty good job there to get back what he could, but let's face it, that sack on second down.
And the holder's going to keep it. He's going to try to run for it. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. It's 1st and goal after they rip off a solid chunk of yardage in the ground game on a risky 4th down call. They'll come out in the pistol.
Get in the weight room. 6 guy. Check 6 guy.
And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. Curtis Samuel with his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
There's no doubt in my mind.
Did you hear that? Do you hear that?
It's not scales, right? I don't hear scales. I actually hear a tune being warbled.
That lady's humming.
Yeah, she's doing more than humming. She's belting it out right now.
She's full bore.
Yeah, this thing is flat out finished.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you score points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Again, it's Mixon. And this time not as successful, as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. And now it looks like we've got a Cowboy shaken up down there on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. The Cowboys on 3rd down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be 3rd and 6. 3rd down, here's Haskins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Brian Burns drops him for a 4-yard loss there, and that brings up 4th down. Here's Matt Bosher now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Fielded just inside the 20. Now, a nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And that will come the offense as they take over. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
43 is the mic.
On 2nd and 9, Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. He's got to... And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's our home team here in possession of the football as we come back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a third time.
Down, told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here. A big play here for Dallas. 76 yards.
And a Cowboy first down.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone.
Bang, 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 bang.
First down, and they go back to Harris. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Give him maybe a yard, quite the opposite from the previous big gainer.
1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 12-yard line.
On 2nd and 9, Haskins. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
His guys take over.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
After the interception, here's Jackson. And that's going to be incomplete. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
Check 52's the mic. Check.
Oh, Jackson's going to throw it. He's going to let this one go deep. He's got a man complete. And he's way down into Dallas territory inside the Cowboy 15. Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play.
First and 10 at the 14-yard line.
So from their own 20 all the way to the red zone now. A chance to capitalize on 1st and 10.
He's coming, he's coming. We got double up. Go.
Jackson from the shotgun. And give them another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
Things are rocking easy here in the fourth quarter. They've got to feel pretty good about this one. Actually, they've got to feel excellent. Tough loss in the opener. No way they wanted to go 0-2.
I don't want to read too much into it, but psychologically, is there something much bigger about 0-2 than 0-1?
Oh, without a doubt, and here's the biggest one. Guys like you and me, all the media, are going to talk about, well, you know how hard it is to make the playoffs when you start 0-2, and that starts to work its way through a team.
And now they're working towards 1-1. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20.
18-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it because
you're not going to want that feeling.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. Now it's Haskins. Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. And they just took a timeout with 2 seconds to go. This one obviously decided. Not sure they needed to take it, but we'll take it with them. Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. One final shot for Haskins. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time has run out now on this game. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points, allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Mexico...